Yes, my people, back again now. Where do we even begin with this one? Sneako has a lot to say. Now, Sneako's been going on a rant about Andrew Tate, about Myron, and about Fresh. He's been trying to expose Fresh. Now, Myron did respond, he did react, but not in a way that Sneako, I would say, wanted or expected. Now, let's get into seeing what Sneako actually had to say.
Myron responded. How did Myron respond to the Tate people? I'm more curious.
Look at this. Bro, this is why I hate taters, bro. Yo, update. They're doing push-ups for Tate. Are you this stupid? Are you this stupid, Crayons?
I like crayons. Shout out to Gadget and Crayons. They're doing good work.
Be my probably first and last address to you ever, okay? So enjoy it while you can. I'm going to be explicitly clear about this. If several men showed up to protest in your behalf and the way they paid respects and appreciation to you is by doing fucking push-ups, that in of itself proves how important Tate is to men worldwide.
No, I mean, they're clowning it because it's like twerking for Tate. You know, it's a bunch of dudes in a hot Miami sun getting on the floor and yelling top G.
You know what it is? You see, when it comes to the Tate situation, I'm not going to give my opinion on it. You know, I've got no information really. I've got no facts. I've got no evidence. So I'm not going to speak on that. Me personally, I wouldn't go out and do push-ups. But, you know, I do understand that Andrew Tate has changed a lot of men's lives in terms of, you know, self-improvement and helping them become the very best version of themselves. So if that's what they feel as though is the best thing that they can do to, you know, show a level of support, then, you know, I don't see anything wrong with it, man, you know?
It's just, it's funny. It's kind of ridiculous, bro. Like, this is not freeing them. It looks stupid.
See, this fucking idiot doesn't have the wherewithal to understand that the reason why the Tates have a bunch of guys doing fucking push-ups at their protests is because these men were probably in a hard position in their life at some point, and listening to Andrew tell them to do fucking push-ups is what got them out of the dark hole. But people like Murder by Crayons, who's a clout-chasing fucking retard on X, they don't see the good. They don't see.
If he was clout-chasing, then he would put his name on it. Murder by Crayons and Gadget. I mean, Gadget's now public, but Murder by Crayons that's an anonymous account. What is he doing with that clout?
All the men that Tate has helped kept from doing a mistake that leads to a permanent consequence. So I would argue, as much as they want to say, this is cred, this is lame, Tate fans are cred, a lot of these guys are young, all the way up to older men that had their life changed by the Tates. So
I'm not gonna lie, that Tate protest, it was a lot older than I had anticipated. I didn't see any people in their 20s.
Hey, just look at the smirk, the sly grin on his face. Now, what does Sneako actually do? Now, obviously, I'm not really familiar with Sneako. I don't know what he actually talks about or what he does. Every time I do see him on my Twitter account, it's him on Amigo talking to like little kids or whatever. You know, I don't actually know what he actually does, to be honest.
20s or teens, it was like people in their 40s, bro. I didn't expect that.
People are commemorating you by doing push-ups. You did a fucking good job. But again, all of Tate's haters like idiots like this are on Anon account.
He didn't even hate it. He said, update, they are doing push-ups for Tate. That's all he said. I mean, you can admit it's kind of funny. It is kind of silly. Like outside of a prison, because they're locked up and they won't have their extradition prevented by Trump, right? For child abuse images, human trafficking, and rape. It is funny to see a bunch of dudes like, come on.
Or if you do see their face, like the Gadget loser, what do they look like? Fat, round, piece of shit that no one wants to be.
What did he say? He said brown?
Account. Or if you do see their face, like the Gadget loser, what do they look like? Fat, round, piece.
Did he say brown? My audio's a little low. Yes or no? Did he say that?
What I do remember though, I'm pretty sure Sneako used to like love Andrew Tate. Like literally everything he did, Sneako would actually, you know, copy and do the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure that was Sneako.
Round? Oh, let me turn up the volume. Oh, you said round? Okay.
It's shit that no one wants to be. And what I would say. The dudes that talk the most shit, right, look like this. I'm about to pull up a picture of you guys right now. Look at this guy. Do any of you guys want to be this motherfucker right here? Bro's on unemployment, dude, talking shit. Nobody wants to be like this. Bro's like, oh, please donate. I'm disabled, bro. I'm a fat piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Anyway, yeah, this is from earlier.
I like Gadget.
Now push-ups, bro. This is motion, guys. Being so strong of an influence where people show up to your protest doing push-ups is a good sign.
Nigga, 30 people showed up.
I should have known. I just play. See. Like this event was gonna draw so many fucking like clout chasers. Bro, yeah.
Nigga, 30 people showed up. Bro, protest. I told you the niggas is done, bro. I told you the red pill is dead. You know how much pushback I got for that? When I said the red pill is dead, they all started crying. This is proof. This protest here, and why I wanted to do the stream, is to show you this is the finale. The grand closing of it is. And Myron, bro, he has a lot of potential. He's a great political commentator. He's doing great work geopolitically. This is where I think he shines. Solo streams. But when he's on these streams, bro, he's surrounded by jesters. This guy is an absolute idiot. Everyone knows it. There's not one person in the red pill who takes this guy seriously. Let's be real. It's like I'm not even insulting. I'm being objective right now. Walter Weeks, this guy is a literal effing idiot. I don't want to curse. Stuff for law. Myron knows it. His manager knows it. The entire red pill knows it. Even Andrew Tate, locked up in jail, knows it. He's really dumb. Every time he speaks, he's ruining Myron's reputation more. I don't like to see that happen because I consider Myron to be a friend. He has other leeches around him too. He has a Kabbalah wizard claiming to be his manager.
I don't know, man. Like, do you actually think that he considers Myron a friend? I don't know. Obviously, we all know, Walter's deficiencies. We all know when it comes to, speaking, it isn't exactly his strong point. But having said that, he has the ability to close deals, get contracts, to actually elevate the Fresh and Fit platform. So obviously, his speaking ability isn't obviously trash, but everything that he's saying about Myron, everyone around him is snakes, they're all fake. If this is how you truly felt, why wouldn't you say this to Myron directly? Why would you decide, to put yourself in a suit, put on some glasses that you don't need, speak to your live audience, and, literally downplay Myron's friends? I don't really see how a friend would do that, but I guess everyone maybe operates in their own way.
This guy's a leech. This guy doesn't.
But every time I see Sneako speaking, it's just literally, it's like he's depressed. He's never smiling. He never seems happy. He's always moaning and just moaning and moaning. Like, bro, come on, man.
Care about the cause. He doesn't care about Palestinians. Myron cares about the Palestinians. Myron's Muslim. He's surrounded by all these enemies. That other guy, the Dom Looser, this Twitter guy who, did he get demonetized for posting? He spreads misinformation all the time, and allegedly this is why X had to change their information policy. That guy's an idiot. He's surrounded by leeches who are enemies of Islam. That guy, Dom Looser, is an enemy of Islam. Think about this, is an enemy of Islam. Your manager too. That guy, the Kabbalah wizard, this guy is an enemy of Islam. They're using Myron because Myron can speak eloquently, because he is a talented speaker. He's a great debater. He's a good streamer. They have no talent. And so they see him as they're parasites. They see him as a cash cow. They're milking him. Okay. What does Think About This provide to the Myron podcast? Nothing. Nothing. If I ask you right now, what's one point Think About This has ever made? You're going to say, no, let's go to the chats. Red Pill's dead. The ship is over. It's sinking right now. Look at the writing on the wall. Everybody.
Now, what does Red Pill actually mean? Because, obviously I don't actually have the right terminology, but my idea of what Red Pill is literally understanding, female nature, understanding how to operate as a man to become the very best version of ourselves. Unless I've got a crazy wrong definition of Red Pill, I don't really see how it's dead, Now
understands that the Tates are guilty, bro. Okay? You don't just get randomly images, especially when they have all this self-stitching and confessing where they're on stream saying, oh yeah, legal age. Yeah, I started
trying to defend Myron while dismissing Fresh. It's hilarious. What a grift.
Okay, cool. Thank you for the 20. He doesn't need to be relying upon these people. And the reason he does it is because he says this thing that he's loyal to a fault. But you don't need to be loyal to people that aren't loyal to you. They're just using you. All of those people. Every single one in a circle. Trust.
I think this is some crazy allegation. We posted a video yesterday where a caller was calling, Fresh a snake, saying he's gonna snake him. I don't know, man. I've not seen anything yet to suggest. But obviously, I'm only recently watching these guys, man. I've never used to watch Myron. I never used to watch any of them. So I'm only now learning about who these guys are. So unless someone has seen things about Walters that I've not seen, I don't really see how he's gonna snake him, man. I don't know.
He really shines on his own, bro. Those college debates, that's the best work he's done. And he has respect in the geopolitical space, not for the after-hour show that doesn't have the
What
same
did
viewership
Tink about
anymore.
this say? That Gumba say anything of substance, or was he stuttering?
All he said was that he paid a Chinese escort to get an abortion. Like, it's stupid. You're trying to make simps turn into, but you're paying for and paying for abortions while wearing a cross and saying Christ is king. It's dumb. Myron shines on his own. That's his best content. Look at the right wing actually respects him. They see that he has an impact. This is where like he's getting collabs and stuff and has nothing to do with the girl podcast and the red pill stuff. How many times do we need to hear, Instagram women are whore? Like, we get it, bro. We get it.
But then you could say literally the same thing about everything Sneako says. You know, like every time I've seen a video of Sneako come on my timeline, he's literally saying the same thing every single time. Like it's like there's no variety of things he talks about. So, you know, and you have to understand that even, for example, myself, I'm new to watching Myron. So, you know, I would have never seen him and his videos had he not continued to, you know, mention the same thing, spoke about the same thing. And, you know, it doesn't hit everyone at the same time. Maybe some people need to see it consistently, go through some life experiences, and then they'll be like, you know what, Myron was right, and then start watching Myron from then, you know?
His voice is used properly when he's on his own, but it's being wasted with these leeches. Red pill's dead. This red pill cringe era. These porn addicts who are women and don't really have any sort of universal idea. There's January 6th feds, clout chasing whores, a bunch of dorks, and they're trying to make it about Trump, woke mind virus from 2023, 50-year-old men doing push-ups.
Look. He's dying for a reaction from Myron right now.
The red pill is dead. It's done. It's a praxeology and it's necessary. Dude, how many times do you need to hear that women are whores? You get the point.
I should have known that like this event was gonna draw so like.
This Tate protest looked like a gay pride parade for incels and people who like rapists, bro. Like, we go out in Times Square to pray for Ramadan, and he's so mad and saying, "You're a goat fucker, and you're a guest in this nation. You're a guest here." First off, the Tates are guests in America. They're running a political party in England, and they live in Romania. You're saying like Muslims you're a guest in this country. These rapist human traffickers with child abuse are citizens of the UK, Romania, and the UAE. Get them the fuck out of America. Get them out of America. Guests in our country. They're getting extradited right now because
This chat's so mad, bro.
America's saying these guys are not proper enough to even be in this country. Trump is not even going to prevent their extradition. They're literally being told by the Trump administration that these are guests in our country. These are prisoners. I'm not going to lie too. Myron went on this whole rant about how the Times Square prayer was like for goat fuckers and everything. This Tate protest looked like a gay pride parade for incels and people who like rapists, bro. Like, we go out in Times Square to pray for Ramadan, and he's so mad and saying, "You're a goat fucker, and you're a guest in this nation. You're a guest here." First off, the Tates are guests in America. They're running a political party in England, and they live in Romania.
This Myron guy insulted Islam.
You know what doesn't really make any sense to me? So he goes on to say that red pill, it's dead. Speaking about women, it's dead. He does his best piece of work when he's working solo. His best pieces of work is when he's working at the colleges, the college campuses, having debates. But when he's at the colleges, he's literally speaking about red pill. And he literally has his book there ready on display. So, you know, that doesn't really make any sense to me. Honestly, I don't really think he considers Myron a friend. I think he's just using this situation to just have digs at Myron and have digs at Andrew Tate. He obviously doesn't like Fresh, but, you know, in regards to the loyalty, obviously, we've all got our opinions on Fresh, man. Like, at some points, it does seem a bit awkward when it comes to, you know, speak with the ladies. It does seem like at some points he does get, you know, beating arguments by the women, but he's not going anywhere, man. Obviously, he started the whole thing with Fresh. For him now to turn around and, you know, drop Fresh out of his plans, they are real life friends. Like, they're not just friends on a podcast. No, like, they probably have like late night talks about life, pause, but like literally late night talks about life, you know, talk about each other's family members, you know, talking about, you know, like that type of stuff, like deep conversation, right? So they're not gonna go anywhere. Yeah. But people, let me know what you lot think about this. Honestly, Sneako, I don't actually understand what Sneako actually does. Mainly because I don't actually watch him. I've never watched a stream of Sneako. I've never actually watched a video. This just came up on my timeline. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. As usual, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm out.